network. We started out by meeting with a number of stakeholders from around the community.
Were they us?
I don't know who you represent.
I live in the community. I've
Okay.
lived there for 40 years.
Right, so this is-
I'm a resident. Nobody ever asked me.
Absolutely.
And
So
you're already
this
here.
is the first opportunity. This is the first open house that we've had, first community meeting that we've had for the broader community. So
But why weren't my question is just that. Why wasn't the greater community where the impact is most felt? Why weren't we even questioned to begin with? Why were we not asked? In the 1100 block of 6th Street, the 1200 block, the 1300 block, why were we not canvassed and said, are you interested in bike lanes coming in your neighborhood?
right. So I don't know how to answer that question. The answer to the question is now I feel like some of the discussion has gotten a little bit farther ahead.
Ahead of whom?
Ahead of frankly where we are in this study. This is us not coming out with not unrealistic alternatives, but trying to hear feedback on what we think are reasonable alternatives that may still have some problems, and you may still oppose all of them, and that's totally fine.
Could you have gotten our feedback so we could have been listed as one of your alternatives?
Who are the stakeholders? Who are the stakeholders?
Please name some of the stakeholders.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I might have to defer it down a little bit. He has met with over 40 groups. So
Sure. So thus far, we've met with several of the churches in the area. United House of Prayer, New Bethel, First Rising. Springfield. Thank you, Commissioner Wiggins. I've talked to most of the single-member district ANC commissioners in our study area. We've talked to the Penn Quarter Neighbors Association, the LaTroy Park Neighbors Association, the Verizon Center, the Convention Center, the Downtown Business Improvement District, the Mount Vernon Triangle Community Improvement, several developers.
And so those stakeholders bought into this, is that what you're saying?
no,
What we've done is collected feedback from also all of those parties that I listed, got some initial feedback to help us figure out exactly what the alternatives that we wanted to consider were. Not to say that it's, as Sam said, that it's the final word, but we wanted to gather that initial feedback. It was a good way for us to get a good cross section of what people thought, and now this is sort of the second step, is putting our information out there, putting what we're thinking out there, so people like you can come out, can provide feedback, and we can factor that into what we're doing.
Good evening. The last statement that you made, you said developers, is that correct?
I've spoken to
You've spoken to some developers. Since 2013, we did a study. Over 10 churches have been removed from their neighborhoods. Bike lanes and parking restrictions put a stranglehold on churches. It's been proven. Metropolitan Baptist Church is one to note that has been a long-standing church in the community. But what we found interesting is that out of the 10 churches, all of the churches are African American, and one of the churches is Hispanic. So it's all minority establishments that have been moved. So it's nice to sit here and nod your head and tell us everything and make everything sound good. But sometimes you have to look beyond the layers that are there. The truth of the matter is the area that the United House of Prayer, Galbraith, Springfield, that area is a very hot, prosperous area. Condos are being built all over the place. Everywhere you look, there are high-rises being built. And I'm not crazy, and we're not crazy. We know that when you see bike lanes, when you see Whole Foods, when you see Harris Teeter, when you see certain, because I'm a resident, I've been there for 40 plus years, and I remember all we used to have was the corner store.
That's right. And the Giants.
But now when I see Whole Foods and Chipotle's and all of these different places, that's nice establishments, but I know that's not for me. And I know that's not for a whole lot of us. You know what I'm saying, don't you? So the reality is that we have to stand, because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. But I'd rather die standing than to die not fighting. So we're going to follow you. We're going to do all we can to stay on top of this, because we have to protect what's ours. There were people who died, grandmothers, grandparents, grandfathers, who suffered before that area was anything, before a convention center, before anybody cared about the area. We were there. Through the riots, we were there. Through discrimination, through segregation, we were there. We went through a whole lot there. People laughed at us there. They criticized us there. They said we were foolish for being there. But we kept on pushing. And now the tail has become the head. And for some reason, now that everything looks good, now that everything seems prosperous, now that everybody's smiling and the neighborhoods look good, now they want to move us out the way. But we're going to stand. And we're just here to present our voice, to let you know we're going to stand. We're standing for the 10 churches that have been moved. They weren't strong enough to fight for themselves. There were little hidden meetings and little corners that were done. But we're here to stand, not just the United House of Prayer only, but we have other churches that are here. First Rising is here. Other people are here. Springfield, 10th Street Baptist Church. We have many that are here to stand. And we're going to stand for what's right. And we're going to stand for our community. So we hope that you make the right decision. Take that back. I know that D-Dot, you're just here representing someone else. And when I say representing someone else, we know that you have a boss. We know you have a boss. And you know in chess, you have pawns. You have rooks. But there's a queen. And we know about the queen. So what we want to do is just send a message to the queen. And let her know that we're going to stand. Because we don't want bike lane on 6th Street. What y'all say about it?